Hey guys, welcome back to my channel from me and my crazy hair today. I am so excited. This video is sponsored by bhcosmetics, so thank you so much BH. But I am really happy to make this video because not only will we be playing with this new collection and playing with makeup and all that jazz, but we're also going to be having a little chat. This collection, I feel like has like a really good meaning to it. It's called Say It Loud, Say It Proud, and it's all about basically being your authentic self, doing what you want, being a badass, being however you want in the way you express yourself, how you dress, what makeup looks you wear, and just all about that. So I'm really excited about what this represents, and I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about personal moments. I'm going to show you guys what comes in this collection. I'm going to show you some swatches. Really quickly, before I show you the products, BH actually asked me to choose one of the 6 eyeshadow palettes to demo, but they wanted me to choose the palette that spoke to me the most and just something that I just tied myself with the most. So I'm not going to tell you which one it is yet. I want you guys to guess which one I'm going to be choosing. So while I'm showing you everything, I want you guys to tell me which palette speaks to you and which palette do you think I'm gonna choose. I actually didn't choose the palette I'm gonna choose based off the colors. I didn't even open them. I just looked at the names and I chose the one that spoke to me. So what was inside, like the colors, was a surprise to me. First thing in this collection is the eyeshadow brush set. It comes with 6 brushes. This is the little canvas bag it comes in. It's really, really nice. It says Say It on it. And these are the brushes. Really good, useful brushes. I'm actually going to use this for my eyes today. Kind of cool because all of them have the name of like what they're supposed to do on the handle. Smoke, blend, smudge, which I think is really fun. Of course, you can use any brush for any reason, but I think it's kind of fun that it says that because a lot of people want that extra help. So next up we have 6 lip glosses. These are really fun and unique array of colors. Each gloss actually goes with the eyeshadow palette, like they have the same name, which I think is really cool. So I'm gonna quickly go through the names. This first gloss is called Do Not Disturb, and it's a beautiful, it's more on the sheer side, but it has like this really gorgeous pearly opalescent sheen to it. It's lovely. Next up we have Optimistic AF. This is a beautiful bronzy golden tone gloss. By the way, these all swatched very beautiful. I haven't put them on my lips yet, but they didn't have like a sticky texture or like a super thick texture, so very nice. Next, we have Looking Like a Snack. This is a gorgeous metallic hot pink fuchsia shade. This is wild. It's really, really pretty. Then we have this gorgeous red. It's called Low Key Love You, and it kind of has like this pinky golden shift in it. They're all very like shimmery sparkly, and I really love that. Next up we have F Off. Quite an aggressive name, but you know what, sometimes it's necessary, right? But this is a really cool black gloss with gold sparkles all throughout. It's really unique. It's swatched actually quite beautiful and quite pigmented. And last but not least, we have Let That Shit Go, and this is just like a really cool mermaidy seafoam shade with like gorgeous aquamarine sparkles in there. Really, really pretty. Those are the glosses. Let's move on to the eyeshadow palette. First eyeshadow palette is called Do Not Disturb. I'm gonna go in the same order I did with the glosses. So the way that these palettes are is kind of cool because it's upside down technically, like when you open it, but when you're doing your makeup, it's right side up. And I think that's really fun. So when you're doing your makeup, you can be like, so this is the color story of Do Not Disturb. I think it's very calming. It's like a beautiful, serene aesthetic to me. I don't know. It has like lavenders and blues. It's just really pretty. Let me know if you guys want to see me use these palettes on like an IGTV on Instagram or use it in more videos. Let me know. Next up, we have Optimistic AF. This was all a surprise to me, by the way, when I opened each palette because I hadn't seen pictures of any of these. So it was kind of like, what's the next color story? This is Optimistic AF. Really cool, speaks to my soul. You know, I love those warm tones, yellows and browns, rich bronzes. Stunning. Like, is this not so freaking beautiful? By the way, these swatched, amazing. Like those metallics, so buttery. Next up, we got Looking Like a Snack. This one's a really fun color story. Like, come on. It's like pink, it's girly but strong because it's got like that hot pink. It's got black with sparkle and it's just so cool. I'm not like a pink person, but like this is really pretty. I love the combinations in here. Next up, we got Low Key Love You. Oh, Look at this color story. Is this not so freaking pretty? Like that rich red, the burgundies, and amazing. Like I love this. This speaks to my soul as well. Next up, we got F Off. This color story is quite unique. Don't think I've seen this combination in the palette before. I like this because when I'm given palettes like this and I need to create a look, it kind of makes me get creative, and I always come up with something that I end up really loving a lot. So it kind of forces you to get creative, but I think these colors are freaking stunning. You can do a lot of different looks. Last but not least, we got Let That Shit Go. The colors in here remind me just organic, avocado. Like look how beautiful those greens, the metallics, the browns, like it's a beautiful eyeshadow palette. Now that I've shown you everything that comes in this collection, which is the palette that you think I chose for myself? I'll give you a minute. All right, time's up. How many of you got it right? So I chose Let That Shit Go. Honestly, like immediately I saw this palette and I was like, me, that is me. I'm choosing this one. I'm actually really excited because I haven't played with green in a hot minute. There are some really nice like browns in here as well. I don't know exactly the look we're gonna create, but we're gonna create something. And while I'm doing my eyes, I'm just gonna talk to you guys a little bit about why I chose this palette specifically, what this means to me, why it's important, and all that jazz. Let's get into it. This beautiful sunshine is testing my patience, like, okay. Also, so is my lovely hair that I chose to not put heat on. So this is kind of like my natural hair, except now I'm regretting my decisions because I look like an electrocuted poodle. I'm gonna be taking this shade right here. It's called Blissed Out, and I'm taking it on the diffused brush. It's like a really nice blending brush, and I'm going to pop the shade into the crease. And while I do that, I'm going to talk to you guys about, firstly, why I chose this palette. For me personally, letting things go is, first of all, very important and something that I try to practice because I have a hard time doing that, because I just kind of let it absorb into me like a sponge, and I will just subconsciously be stressed about things that are not even a big deal sometimes, and it really does affect you, your everyday, your like mental health. That's why I chose this, because it's something I'm actively every day trying to do. Okay, this color is stunning. It's like that perfect crease shade. Oh my god, I really love this a lot. I don't know why I hold on to things, and it's not like I hold on to grudges. I am not a grudge type of person. I just hold on to an emotion from a situation, and it just gets like put away in a specific part of my brain, and it just stays there. And then one day it just decides to spew out with like 101 other things that I never let go, and that is just unhealthy. I will give you guys an example of one of the things, I feel like it's a pretty big thing, at least for me, that I am trying right now to just let go of and tell myself every day, and that is about self-confidence and image and comparing yourself, because I think it's really important, especially nowadays. A lot of people are constantly comparing themselves in a lot of different aspects. Why am I not making this much money? Why don't I look like that? Why is my skin not perfect? Why is my body not perfect? But what exactly is perfect? I'll just be here waiting for the sun to go away. Normally sitting here for 30 minutes and waiting for the sun to pass would really bother me, but I'm trying to let that shit go. I'm gonna dip into this matte green called Chill Pill. I'm taking the same brush, and with this shade, I'm going to focus it kind of in here. I think I was talking about the ways that I have been kind of trying to teach myself how to let things go more, especially when it's things that I've struggled with for years. I'm gonna dip into Palo Santo a little bit in my outer crease, same brush. From a young age, I have held on to just a lot of self-confidence issues, just from, you know, not having good skin, being bullied, being different, because, you know, I really didn't fit in with any groups of people in my school or anything like that. I definitely had a very hard time finding friends, fitting in, and on top of that, struggling with my own internal issues of having bad skin, and it still affects me to this day. I, you know, haven't necessarily had clear skin since like middle school. I haven't been at that weight or, you know, body shape type. I'm gonna wear that tight dress I've always wanted to wear. Like, I haven't really been there yet. So for me, it's something that I'm still working on. But what I've been telling myself lately, you know, I started working out not too long ago, and I'm trying to, like, you know, eat a little bit better. You know, I'm still working on that because I love food so much. I have been holding on to that for way too long. And at the end of the day, what good does that do if I am stressing about the way that I look specifically, if I can't change breaking out, if I can't physically press a button and say stop? Why am I gonna be so hard on myself about it? Because people look perfect online and have perfect skin? Highly doubt it. It's called Photoshop, baby. No one is perfect out there. People struggle with things that we don't see. No one's really going to show themselves at their worst because it doesn't go with their aesthetic on their Instagram page. You know what I mean? We're just constantly seeing perfection thrown at us, and we're just like, that's how I'm supposed to look. In order to be beautiful, I have to have flawless skin and fit into a certain size dress, but that is not the truth at all. So for me personally, I have been slowly letting that shit go because I just want to be happy. I just want to have a positive mindset. As long as I know I'm taking care of my body, like I'm working out and I know that I'm slowly working towards something, but in the process, I'm trying so hard to be nice to myself. Long story short, I feel like I'm gonna have to edit a lot of this out because I am just rambling, but this is just a basic summary. I am going to let go of the things that I can't control. Comparing myself to things I see on social media, just take it out of the equation. It's unnecessary. I forgot to press record, but basically went into this stunning shade and look at that beauty. Oh my god. And I'm just using it with my finger. Like, this color is stunning. Let's do it once more for the cameras because that was annoying. Oh my gosh. BH also wanted me to kind of talk about what defines beauty for me. And I feel like it's an easy one for me to answer, but it's also so hard for me to get my words. Let me put it in the best way I can think of. When I meet people, I'm more so someone who's drawn to people's vibes. And like, if you have confidence that just oozes out of you, your personality, like your humor, and just things like that are attractive to me. It's beautiful to me when people have kindness and just, I don't know, like that's beauty to me. And it's not necessarily like how somebody looks. It's what's on the inside that matters. That sounds really cheesy, but it's the truth. This is stunning. On the other half, I'm gonna do a green, and I'm kind of debating which green. Like, there are really pretty, ooh, I don't know. Maybe we can put that in the inner corner and just go into this one. Holy moly, that is stunning, but I think we're going for like this more smoky muted green look. Let's just try Sage Stick on the other half of my eye. Ooh, that actually meshes together quite nice. I like that. I don't even have to blend it. I am very much enjoying this collection, not just because like these shadows are stunning, but for what this collection kind of represents and stands for, because I want to talk about stuff like this more. I want to open up and, you know, talk about the stuff that isn't so happy and so great, because a lot of the times, like, I have a lot of struggles that I don't like talking about, and that brings me to, you know, when I was getting bullied and, you know, made fun of for a lot of things, it made me kind of put that wall up, like, okay, well, I'm just not going to talk about my feelings because that just gives people one less reason to not like me or judge me. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and hold it all in, bottle it up, and go on with my life. And that's not very healthy, is it? I'm gonna dip into Good Karma with a smaller brush. This is the Smoke brush. Wow, I just covered it completely. Smoke brush. I'm gonna dip in a little bit, and I'm gonna apply that on the inner corners of my eyes, and I'm gonna see how the color comes out, and then quite possibly put that on the brow bone. Ooh, I can just imagine if I used these shadows like wet. Like, dang. I'm going to take a little bit on my brow bone, see how that comes out. Stunning. I love it. How else can we elevate this look? I'm thinking of taking this shade right here. Is this beautiful matte emerald color over it, and I'm going to smudge that on my lower lash line. I think I'm gonna go really light just to see. I feel like it's gonna be really pigmented. Oh yeah, I just kind of want to use as many colors as I possibly can. Yes. By the way, I'm using the smudge brush, and I think maybe for the heck of it, let's take a little bit of Shake It Off, this bright green, and I'm going to just add a little to the center half. Ooh, that is really pretty on top of the dark green. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see? Can you tell? Just made it glisten. So pretty. It just brings out like those little gold and green sparkles. I love it. That's cute. I'm gonna take the blend brush. It's a little bit smaller. I'm gonna dip into Over It, and I just want to tie in a little bit of that green tone on the green we used on the inner part, but I don't want to go too crazy, so I'm gonna mix it with Chill Pill a little bit. Drama. I'm gonna do a quick little wing, and then I'm gonna throw some mascara on, and I will be right back. I'm back with my eyes complete. I love how this eye look came out. I don't play with greens enough because I love green tones, olive tones, amazing. It's just so freaking pretty. Last thing is the lips. So the gloss that matches my Let That Shit Go palette is this one. And honestly, this was the gloss that spoke to me the most because I was like, this is so mermaidy and magical, and when I was little, I wanted to grow up to be a mermaid, so this was just perfect. I'll do a little swatch here. So I'm going to, ooh, that is interesting. I don't wear glosses that color usually, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna put it on. I am going to do a little bit of lip liner, just kind of like a nude color, just to give a little definition, and then we'll pop the gloss on. By the way, might I add that these glosses smell heavenly. It's like a really yummy fruity candy, like a Jolly Rancher. Oh, it smells so good. I got my lip liner on. I kind of just like diffused it with my finger in like the center. So now we're gonna take this gloss. Oh my god, I can eat. I wish this was edible. Don't eat it. And I'm gonna apply. Oh my god. Does that match the lip liner? Probably not. I'm feeling mintiness. Should I have done this without lip liner? Maybe. Really cool gloss, and it feels really like minty fresh. However, it does not match the lip liner that I chose to wear with it. So let me take this off really quick and wear it without lip liner. All right, let's try this again. Ooh, this is definitely magical. Does it match my eye look right now? Probably not. Should we leave it? Should we change it? Should we do another gloss? I'm gonna try Do Not Disturb. I think this one will be like a little bit more like neutral with the look. Ooh, she's pretty. I like that one. Look how beautiful that is. Wow. That is everything. I really love how my makeup came out. My hair, not so much because it's just getting floofier and frizzier as time goes on. I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna let it go. At least for the next 2 minutes. This is my motto for life because letting that shit go is something that I am genuinely and actively trying to work on myself every single day, because this is like one of my bigger issues is just holding on to everything, whether it be big or small. I just let it just build up inside of me, and just causes me like a lot of unnecessary stress and just negativity, and you just have to let that shit go. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got something from it. It was helpful in any way possible. I really hope I got my point across, because again, like, I just don't know. I'm gonna look back and be like, what are you talking about? Thank you to BH once again for sponsoring this video. And don't forget to let me know in the comments down below which palette you guys would choose, why, and did you guess right? Did you know I would pick this one? I'm very curious to know if you guys guessed right. But anyways, don't forget to follow me on my like 500 Instagram pages, because one is never enough. And also, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do so before you go. Hit the little bell so you're notified when I post a new video and you guys don't miss out. With all that said, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.